I had to take credit card loan from my mother, which I didn't have the money for. So for me to do that it was a whole business development. My name is Shubhankar Sengupta and I do personal branding on Instagram for coaches and consultants.
I'm Prabhansh and I'm currently from Dehradun, and I've been in this business from past 4 years where we help multiple coaches, consultants to grow on Instagram, to generate leads, to get clients.
Before you joined Ubility, what all have you been able to benefit from when you work with us?
This month is one of the closest highest month. I might touch 5 lakh cash collected.
After I joined UAbility, was selling high ticket.
Damn.
And now it's somewhere around more than 70 to 1 lakh. Business is not about just making money,
Right.
because money everybody can make it, but when it comes to building a business, it's much more different game.
So what are the top 3 mistakes people make that you always recommend not to make, and what is your advice on that?
They don't know exactly whom they are creating content for. That's the reason algorithm is confused. They're not getting growth. They're not getting results.
I knew the market was making 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs. It was very normal.
What is your thought process whenever you both get your clients? Awesome. Hello everybody, this is Pratham Sharma, co-founder Ubility, blah blah blah, nobody cares about me. Awesome. So I'm here with 2 of my really awesome guys that work with us in Ubility, and they've been a client for quite some time now. So this is Shubhankar and Prabhansh. So both run their own agencies. Of course, I will let them do their own introductions. So we're just here doing a quick conversation and some awesome talks around certain topics that are of common interest, and also something that can lend value to anybody watching this particular podcast. So, Prabhansh, Shubhankar, please give a basic introduction about yourself, what you guys do, what's up.
Sure, I'll start then. So my name is Shubhankar Sengupta and I do personal branding on Instagram for coaches and consultants. I have personally grown my own Instagram account to around 36,000 followers, and I've helped clients grow their Instagram accounts, generate clients, generate leads, and scale their business.
Super.
Got it. So hey guys, I'm Prabhansh and I'm currently from Dehradun, and I've been in this business from past 4 years where we help multiple coaches, consultants to grow on Instagram, to generate leads, to get clients, not from India but from all over the world. So we are doing this, and I've started with faceless, and then I've shifted towards personal branding and all, and now I'm helping for people to grow on Instagram, to generate leads organically. So that's what I do.
You both sound like you came from the same embryos. Awesome. So, guys, just a quick couple of questions I had because before I get to the insights that you both can provide when it comes to your expertise. So, first things first, I would love to know that we are here at N3M at our X Mastermind. How is the experience so far for you both?
Yeah, the experience is amazing, I would say, right? Like the food, and of course, the value that you are getting from this mastermind event. Some of the mind blown movements, some of the things that have opened the mind of how exactly we can market the product, how exactly we can do sales, hiring people, hiring the best talent, that what we want, and all these things that are really important for a business as a scaling perspective, as in terms of marketing perspective. So yeah, getting a lot more insights that we won't get usually, right? It's like a kind of a level that we have set it on mastermind, the exact level that we want. So we are getting that particular insight, and yeah, that's really amazing to
Super.
be the part of this.
Super. What's up with you, Shubhankar? How's your experience so far?
So I'll list it down. So the best thing about UAbility Mastermind is the food, and second,
That sucks. That doesn't look good.
I'm kidding. So the second and the best thing that I have seen is we all get information everywhere, even in the Ubility school group. Everybody can go through that, but here it's like a discussion. The moment we were inside, everybody was sharing the insights which are very unique to their business, which somehow can also apply to us, which is not something you usually find even at an online discussion, because it's one-to-one or in a group. So yeah, that's really valuable because you get to learn everybody's experience and how everybody applied it and then put it into your own business.
Superb. So in that case, guys, just so people watching this have some context and they also see the growth that you guys have done, I'm sure anybody watching this knows that looking at these beautiful faces, they're super young. I know this is part of this guy's personality now. He's gotten bored of repeating that shit. But before anybody thinks, Prabhansh and Shubhankar are one of our youngest clients. And Shubhankar, you are 17?
17.
He's 17 years old. He's struggling to clear boards.
That's done. Yeah,
That's done.
Nice. Yeah.
And Prabhansh, you're how old?
I'm 20.
20 is very nearby. So, like I said, almost from the same embryos. Seems like it. So, Shubhankar, I have to ask you, before you joined Ubility, how were you doing? What was your before and what is your after? What all things have you grown and gained, not just from a monetary standpoint, but from skill, process, area standpoint? What all have you been able to benefit from when you work with us?
God, so I'll start from the time I started from Blue, right? It was last year, June, July somewhere. So I just had my highest month, that was 70K at that point of time, and that was my standard, like 71, like crazy months, right? So I did that, and then I saw the ad, and I knew I needed something like that is much more scalable, where I can put in money and get something out of it. Though what I didn't expect was, I just was thinking in terms of marketing. I was just thinking like in a single linear format, just marketing, get more clients. Clients will leave, doesn't matter. The thing mainly that really helped me was sales. So yeah, Slosh. Anybody asks me like what was the best part of Ubility, it's Slosh, hands down.
So what is sloshed? If you can elaborate, so these
So
people can understand.
Slosh is basically I think you would be better, but I'll just give a basic.
I want to test you.
Yeah,
Of course, you are the creator.
like the guy who created it is
the
there and he's
creator.
asking me. Yeah. So it's basically a sales script, a sales structure that anybody can use in the business and close anybody. So it's not bound by any niche. It's for everybody and anybody to use. And it's like a Word document, you just follow it and you get sales. So the thing that again and again, we get on calls with Pratham sometimes on sales call, and the only thing we learn is follow Slosh. Follow Slosh. It's that good. So
Super.
yeah, that's it.
And how much are you doing now, bro? Like, what is the business like? What has improved? Where are we revenue wise?
So the moment I joined Ubility, I guess this month is one of the closest highest month. I might touch 5 lakhs. I'm already at 4 lakhs.
Super, man.
Cash collected, that is. And the better thing, money is there. But again, like I guess I already told it in the mastermind, I'm going to tell it here, is that the ability to give employment and get 5 people in your team, have them around you, towards a vision, is a much better feeling, which I think I wouldn't have had if I didn't have you. Because I didn't have the structure. It would have taken me 10 extra years for sure to figure this out.
Amazing, bro. And what about you, Pravansh? Like a before, after, what's
Definitely. So before I came into Ubility, I was changing niches and just doing some couple of things that was giving us like little bit amount of money,
Right.
And the biggest change I would say that happened after I joined Ubility was selling high ticket, right? Previously, I was selling so cheap, and I was not even caring what value I am delivering in front of them, right? And once we are not even
when speaking of pricing and high ticket, how much were you charging earlier versus how much do you charge now?
It was
What is the jump?
Yeah, so it was somewhere around 15,000-20,000 that I charged previously for my coaching, exactly one-on-ones.
Damn.
And now it's like probably like somewhere around more than 70 to 1 lakh, right? But also like it's pretty more higher in the international market as well. It goes above 1 lakh. And like it was a biggest shift, I would say, like not in the shift exactly for terms of sales, but in terms of mindset. Right, because mindset is much more important in high ticket. This is what I've seen so far, right? And of course, like the sales script that you have provided works every damn time. Like I can blindly trust that if I'm using this particular script, I'm like going all in and like exactly closing the deal. So it's like a piece of cake for us to like close deals with that particular sales script. So I'll say like I'll go with like your particular expertise as well, like taking your guidance and everything, and like of course like the feedback loops that we are getting in the Ubility, I would say, the constant feedback loops that helps us to improve even more in sales, even improve more in terms of the fulfillment as well, in terms of hiring, in terms of every aspect of your business, I would say. So it's like much more valuable for me, and like exactly this shifted me towards a exact business that we have to do. Not only like business is not about just making money,
Right.
because money everybody can make it, but when it comes to building a business, it's much more different game that we used to play. Right, so that was the thing.
Amazing. And how much are we doing revenue wise?
Previously, I was like making similar to Shubhankar, I would say like somewhere 51 lakh per month, and now we have scaled towards 3 to 5 lakhs consistently from like past 3 to 6 months, and even more like we are doing that, and like that is giving us much more profits and everything. Plus, I don't have that much in a big team because I'm more towards consulting. Right, so I don't require that much big team, but yeah, like that's the reason. Like the profit margins is much more better in terms of your
because the cost on the PNL is low.
Yes, like the high ticket as well and everything. Like because of that, so that's the thing.
So Shubhankar, I mean, you don't give we don't have done for you services in Millionaires, is it, or do we have it?
Yes, we have a done for you service and we charge extra for that, exactly. But like I'm little bit like laid back towards the done for you part, because we can take limited people in right now.
Correct.
Right, because for that we have to build a team and everything. So we are taking limited people in for that basically done for you part. But the main thing is there where we are focusing on is consulting at this particular point, because this is what I love doing.
Okay.
The person like who loves operations and everything, probably done for you is something that they will resonate more. But in terms of my personality, I would say like coaching and consulting is something that I love doing, and I
Sounds
would take
naturally
it
for
to
you.
the next level. Yeah.
Got it. And I think Shubhanga, you to do both. You
I
have
do
like,
both, yeah.
you know. So how does that differentiate between like what you give for done for you versus what you do in your consulting?
So consultancy is a more like a coaching model. We have a course, not a course like a basic structure. We have a one-to-one sessions where we exactly go through what the client's needs, and it's more like we'll handhold them through the process. So any problem, ask us.
Right.
When it goes to done for you, all the problems we are solving it. You just shoot the video.
Got it. Got it.
So it's
Understood.
like same thing, just the delivery model changes.
Amazing, amazing. I think recently when we were talking in the mastermind, I think one of you guys closed like a very nice deal very recently. It was
Done
one of
for
your
you,
biggest done
yeah.
for you. It was
Yeah.
you, right? Amazing. Good stuff, guys. So glad to hear. So also, if you can share some like actionable value that comes from you both, that what are the because you both are great at Instagram and
Yeah.
personal branding. Both of you excel at that. What would you say anyone listening to this podcast or seeing this podcast? What are like the top 3 mistakes people make when they're trying to like increase their impression size, their follower count, their branding and quality branding, like not those bot followers ki dikhane ke liye
Yeah.
kar diya kind of situation. So what are the top 3 mistakes people make that you always recommend not to make, and what is your advice on that when someone does this? Yeah, you can go
You
on.
want to start? Yeah.
Sure, I'll start with that. Specifically on Instagram, people basic mistake everybody does is they think of it as ads.
Right.
Is when it is organic and it's your face value is attached to it. The last thing you want to be called is ये बंदा है ये बंदी तो बस बेचना है. Right. And because on a sales call, on ads, different. It's intent based. It's written sponsored, so it makes sense. First, if you do that, you're done because people won't trust you, and that has happened with a lot of people who have big following, but those followings are just there to roast them. Right, because public image work is very important.
So you're saying these followers are always there, but a lot of them are trolls, in fact.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting.
So, for example, let's take an example of a very big person like Iman Ghazi. I would say in between, he had that big effect where he was just making aspirational content, where he was showing off his lifestyle, and people called out him on. Right now, he's making educational content, very educational. Views are dropping, business is increasing.
Okay.
So, something like that. Also, I would just add one more point there is people don't know the goal. So they are like, if they want sales and you are creating content that is entertainment, it doesn't make sense. If your job is more like, also people also make the mistake of giving complete education. Because if you teach everything and you don't create desire of your own product, you won't sell.
Correct.
So
There's no
he-
gap. You just gave everything away,
Yeah,
basically.
right. What Alex Ramosi said, give everything away for free, is true when you're in done for you.
And I think that also works when you have immense amount of like either money, time, energy,
Right.
or something backing you up. That's when you can just start giving shit for free and not worry about it hitting your PNL.
Yeah, so
Correct?
Yes.
exactly right. For us now, we have systems like the course modules. I can take the easy ones and give it away for free, but I cannot give the whole thing out.
For sure.
Exactly.
We're not at that position yet. Is what
Yeah.
you said.
But Alex Ramosi can. He has that book, so he made it the
And
whole
he's
thing.
at that level where he doesn't care
Yeah,
if people
he's
pay him.
making like million, 100 million.
Just like it's like kind of a basic stuff for him.
Yeah. Now he's in more in that give, impact, reputation
Yeah.
format and let people nurture and then buy.
That works, but then
Yeah.
again, you have to see your business. His target audience is businesses in 1 to 3 million, or scale them to that.
Correct.
level. People, everybody, a beginner would think that works for him. That's wrong.
Correct. It's a mismatch. And what about your thoughts, Prabhat?
Okay,
What are the
so
small
I'll
mistakes?
start from the foundations. Okay, so first thing that what people do, like exactly the mistakes I would say. Number one is they don't know whom we are creating this content for.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're creating content for, let's say, healers. Sometimes they're creating content for multiple people. They don't know exactly whom they are creating content for. That's the reason algorithm is confused. They're not getting growth. They're not getting results because of that. Because they are themselves confused that what we are doing. Right. So the first thing is to have a niche clarity. I would say that what is your target market, whom you are trying to target, and how you can reach to those people like as fast as possible. Of course, in the right manner. The first thing, right? Second thing that I would say, like usually what happens is when people are coming into Instagram, they start creating content, but they expect a lot in terms of Instagram. They come to Instagram, they think that, okay, we'll post 30 reels and we'll get 100k followers. See guys, this is not a magic pill, okay? This is not like you create some couple of videos and you'll get 100k followers on Instagram. It's like that, right? So you have to put in efforts, you have to put in time on, right? It's not like you come
So
there and
in that case, how do you guys tackle this whenever maybe you get
exactly. So
prospects
it's all
on your
about
call?
it's all about setting up the right expectations, brother.
True.
So, but what do you have to say about some of these people? Is it just like maybe fortune or luck? Jahan pe they just have these couple of posts and one of them goes so viral they end up getting like 500k followers and all that shit. What is that
It
about?
happens. It also happened with one of our clients. He got 100k in 30 days.
Oh,
Organic.
but you can't promise us.
We can't promise
to
it, of
everything
course.
you do.
Like the amount of effort that he has put it in, I've seen it because I've been through his journey. I've seen him from growing from 100 followers to 100k. So I've seen what kind of efforts he has put. A lot of people, 95% of them are not able to do this much amount of efforts.
So in this case, I do want to pick your brains, both of you, on that. That not when people come to you in general, but because you know Instagram to the root, right? What is the stark difference between a person who has an organic following of let's say 100k
Okay.
and good engagement? Not that there are solid profiles where 100k engagement is like 500. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
right? It's not
exactly.
even 1%.
Exactly.
But 100k followers, organic, good quality engagement, real profiles. Like, what is the difference between these people and let's say somebody is doing something very similar in the same niche, but they're barely struggling to go beyond 4,000 followers? Like, what are these people doing different
So
of
about
this?
that, I would like to add is
Yeah,
people
definitely.
usually think about Instagram as content creation platform when they have those expectations. When you have the expectation with a time barrier, you can no longer think in terms of Insta as a social platform. You have to think it as and so take a very different example as a politician who is about to change the world. Now, for you to start out and get a massive following,
Right.
the only thing you can do is run exactly in the opposite route to the norm. The reason, I go back to the example of Alex Ramosi because your audience might know them well. The reason why he worked out so well, even though there is, let's say, the owner of ClickFunnels, Russell Brunson, and they are making way more money, they are also there. The reason he worked so well was because he ran against the norm of keeping information with you. He just said, give everything away for free. He gave his whole leads book out for free. That was the point that converted things. So, for example, one of our guys who, as Pravan said, like everybody has to put some effort, but it was ajib. Like it didn't make sense for me when he grew to 50,000 followers with 40 posts. We did nothing. We gave the same system, but
Yeah.
that guy worked and he didn't even put much effort. To be very frank, the reason it worked for him was because he was running against the norm of. And his industry is classical dance. We will be like, you dance and you get, but he was making 2.7 lakhs. How did he do that? Was because he was running against the norm of gurus. Directly oppose them, which is a very big crime if you are in that niche. He's like,
Yeah, because you see them as like, oh my
gurus.
god,
And
Yeah.
he's like,
gurus.
he literally called them out on his video. Was like, gurus don't teach you this. This is a new way. It used to work 100 years ago. It doesn't work out now. So when you run against the norm, it builds a cult following.
Attack
Okay,
market.
kind of a controversial content. We can give it as an
Which
example.
we do at Ubility all the time when we're making
Exactly. We are like exposing people, we are like exposing their strategies, and of course, like you are also building your personal brand. But like I would say, probably putting in more efforts into your content, making it even more better, and don't expect yourself to be like perfect on the first day. Right? Of course, you improve over time.
Right.
When you are stuck at the see, that's where life is like experimenting with you. When you are experimenting with your Instagram, does this guy has patience? That he can like be on that 4,000 वाला followers and he can grow from there. कितना try कर रहा है ये बंदा अपनी side से? कितना कर सकता है ये बंदा? Right? So exactly, there you need patience, there you need consistency. Right? That comes in. But agar like if you think like you are creating content 100% you are doing it, you are at 4,000 followers, you're not growing above than that, most of the people give up. Right? 90% of the people are like छोड़ना नहीं हो रहा, नहीं कर सकता मैं. Right? I have to focus on other things as well. I have 10 different excuses that they'll give it. Right?
Correct.
But it's very important to stick to a process. I've seen my clients as well. 100K हो गए 1 month में, ठीक है. 50,000 किसी के हो गए 3 months में. अब कोई एक बंदा है, ठीक है, वो लगा हुआ है. He's like probably hitting over there. उसके 6 महीने में 10,000 भी नहीं होगा. But if he is consistent, Instagram growth doesn't go like this. If you think Instagram growth like this, you're wrong. Instagram grow like this and then this.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you
So
agree
it's
with
Perfect thing. Like, the best thing he said is, I would add a part to that is,
Yeah.
summarize it. It's not about the best man standing, it's about the last man standing.
yeah, exactly.
Nicely put.
It's not
Exactly.
best man
Exactly.
standing there.
Okay, so you both like concur on that point. This is
Absolutely.
What
Absolutely.
1 out of 100 might be, but never
Because we have
consider
grown, we have
yourself.
seen things, we are like both into the same industry, so of course,
Makes
like
sense.
most of the things are same.
Makes sense. So, guys, in that case, because you guys know, Instagram very well, you understand content, what
Yeah.
would make somebody resonate. So, obviously, you're good at your work and you know marketing well in your field and platform. What was when you both initially came across Ubility, you last year and you same last year? So, what was it that attracted you towards us, that gave you guys that aha moment that okay, these guys maybe know this shit. This is the place we can get that help, because you yourself are marketeers and you
Exactly.
understand content.
So when I came to the Ubility, it was so long. I think 2.5 years back. I just saw the VSL, but I didn't book an appointment.
अच्छा.
थोड़ी यार high ticket है अपने पास नहीं है अभी पैसा इतना probably charge करेंगे अच्छा खासा, so I was not there.
Right.
But once like problems start hitting in and like I've thought कि यार same video है, same VSL है, अभी तक work कर रहा है. So like there is something that's like working for these guys and they can actually help me out. Then I booked an appointment and I go on the sales call, and then Shaurya was there, and then he closed me, and then after that I was a bit convinced. Like I have to go. Even the price that you've quoted was not into my budget at this particular point, but I was like serious that I have to do this. Even if it's like a mirror effect. If I want to charge high ticket, I first have to pay the high ticket amount and get that confidence.
That's such a simple but such a good point that people just forget. Maybe
of course, focus on fundamentals. Like people go to like, if your fundamental is weak, no matter how big the building you're building, but it will eventually collapse if your fundamentals, if you have not done the proper leveling.
कौन सिखा रहा है तुझे सब प्रभाष? ये analogies कहाँ से आ रही हैं?
Yeah, so it's more about experience, learning, some different platforms and coaches, and like coaches like you, of course. Like Rohan is there, Jayant is there, and having proper guidance, daily अपने conversation होना. So like it's also start getting inbuilt in me as well. Like all these.
That's
things.
phenomenal, bro. That's phenomenal. So that's what attracted you. And what about you, Subhankar?
It's very similar to what he said, but one very different, like if I had to add an extra point, it would be that as a marketer, I would have just learned marketing, then yeah, it would have made sense. I would have paid some money, but not at that point in time. I was making 70,000 in the bank, so I had to take credit card loan from my mother, which I didn't have the money for. So for me to do that it was a whole business development, and I knew that this skill. I knew the market was making 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs. It was very normal. So same thing as he said, like.
And I can relate with him very well, because when I was 16, my parents were like, "Ki bro, तेरे को नहीं मिलेगा पैसा. Like you're not gonna get the money. It doesn't matter whatever you do." But I hardly convinced them, like probably like wait they do like, and then after that it's very difficult to like arrange this much amount of money that you've done. So it's really commendable that you have done this much thing. Like at a 16-year-old, you are like investing this much amount of money on yourself. It's really a very big thing.
So yeah, I do want to like ask both of you, and a very honest question. Feel free to say whatever you want, not because this is a podcast being done. कि यार, see, ऐसा तो नहीं है कि जब तुम लोगों ने हमें देखा था, we were the only people. You were saying it's not possible because algorithm works differently. You must have seen a lot of people. So what made you specifically see A, B, C, D, E, and then see Ubility and decide, because business growth तो बहुत लोग करवाते हैं beyond marketing. So why didn't you guys go to someone else who also says similar stuff? Of course, I'm not going to take names because of professionalism, but you know what I'm talking about, right? And you know those people as well. What made you come to us only and not go to other people when they were also saying similar stuff?
Okay, so about that, I'll not take names, but I was in a person. I realized it yesterday when I was thinking. I was in two business coaches, competitors similar to yours, funnels, very close. Like I was in the funnel, but I never got converted. First of all, yeah, the sales call was crazy. It was Yash who converted me, and bro was like that was the day I had the most amount of confidence in myself, and I knew if he can put that confidence in me, the system that they are using, I can use it to give the confidence to my clients, and that worked.
Also the sales guy, like closing a 16-year-old guy like for this much amount, is like also done a good thing. Like most of the people like you're not qualified, we are not gonna take you. You're not even on the sales call,
They just try to find reasons to disqualify.
Yeah, of course. Like 16-year कौन pay करेगा यार?
But
like the thing about the other guy was like there's no method of reaching out, the personalization that I got for you guys, and Yash came. And he brought me to this world, which really helped.
No, amazing, man, amazing. I'm so grateful for that. Amazing. So in this case, I also wanted to know from you guys that what is your thought process whenever you both get your clients, the people who come to you for your growth. Also, in case, very honest thing, no pitches or some stupid marketing gimmick, but if anybody is genuinely looking to grow their brand, their like presence, their impression size, their reach on any quality platform like Instagram, Shubhankar, Prabhansh, these are the people to hit up. And I'm not saying because they're our clients, so I need to vouch for them, but I've seen their work. I've seen the way their clients behave and how they produce results. That's the reason their client retention, their revenues are where they are, despite being so young. So please, you know who to reach out. Now that being said, like what is your thought process independently when let's say Pratham is a potential prospect. Pratham comes to either of you guys and signs up, and Pratham wants the same thing everybody wants from you. That hey Shubhankar, hey Prabhanch, I want blah 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 growth in my Instagram. I want blah 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 organic profiling. I want blah 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 reach and all that. So, what is your thought process that allows you to see that? Because I'm sure you guys will agree that sare clients are not built the same. Even if somebody is willing to pay you money, but you know for a fact that this person, I'm 101% guaranteed that इसको तो मैं growth करा सकता हूँ. This person might need to work a lot, right? How do you differentiate that for your clients when you get somebody, and how do you create that roadmap in your head? Ki if I'm getting Pratham, if I'm getting Faiz, if I'm getting Jayant, Pratham ko I can help 100%. This guy can help, but बहुत मेहनत लगेगी. This guy I don't even want to take, even if he's ready to pay me money.
Got
What's
it.
your
So,
thought process?
I'll tell you. So it's first of all setting up the right expectations, of course, because
Right.
people come with unimaginary expectations, you know. So first setting up the right expectations. Second, we see whether the person is coachable or not. There are lots of people who are not coachable, you know. वो सुनते ही नहीं है बात जो करते हैं. We tell them something, we do it opposite. They do it oppositely. So that's the reason like people don't get results. So first of all, the people should be coachable.
Alright.
I would say, right? And if somebody is coming to me who is at a certain level, let's say if an XYZ person coming in and he's at 5,000 followers and he want to reach out to let's say 10,000 followers or probably he want to reach out to 50,000 followers, तो उसके लिए थोड़ा सा game plan different हम design करेंगे because he already have some growth. Plus we'll also encourage him to generate some leads out of those 5,000 followers because I've seen a lot of coaches, a lot of consultants.
So, most
5,000.
people, so sorry to cut you. Most people come to you guys solely because they want like impression size followers and growth, or they come to you because they want like business to come out of
Business they want. At the end, we are like business coaches. Like
Right.
kind of we are Instagram coaches, but at the end they are like, yeah, Prabhan's leads nahi aa rahi hai. So they already have followers. Let's say I've seen a lot of coaches, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 followers, not even getting a single client. Real followers, genuine. So the
Super,
biggest
super.
problem is not about like that, but it's all about how you can generate leads. So then we first focus on also generating leads. Simultaneously, we're also focusing on building their Instagram growth. लेकिन अगर growth करके हो भी क्या जाएगा? 20 से 50 पहुंचा दूंगा मैं. लेकिन if you're not getting leads, so what's the benefit out of it?
Okay, but do you ever get clients where they are just like, I don't give a shit about money and leads. I just want like impression size and all
growth,
that. वो भी आते हैं?
growth. Yes, definitely. So the people comes in for उनके लिए like we are totally like go with the whole content strategy and everything. How you're gonna do it? How like they're gonna do it step by step. We have streamlined the whole process so that they can follow it and they can implement that and everything and like get the growth. Of course, like if you're like starting from zero, if you're like having no experience of speaking and telling people like exactly shooting and B-rolls and any kind of a content, of course you need to put in more efforts and you need to put in more time. That's the reason not everybody get the same growth. Not everybody get the same kind of results. Why? Because everybody is coming from the different situation, right? Everybody is having their different perspective of seeing the things, you know.
Makes
but
sense.
it's our duty to give you the right track, the right path. For example, if I'm getting a 55-year, 60-year-old woman who don't even know how to open an Instagram account, how to create an Instagram account, how can I expect her to get 100K in 30 days?
Makes sense. Right. And what are your thoughts, Shubhankar, based of the experience of the clients you've gotten?
I would give an actionable tip because exactly expectation setting, like that's what we were struggling with. So now what we have done with coachability and that is, if somebody comes in, we instantly after signing it, we give 24-hour time limit. You have to watch this much amount of work. It's not a lot of work, but it's an amount of work that you have to do. If you don't, we'll not go up to the onboarding call, even if you're paid.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
This is very good stuff.
So, and there it's like, there's a line in that whole thing is, if you think, like the starting of one of the modules is, I'll discourage you for taking this decision of growing on Instagram because this was your worst decision. So watch this module so that you know that why and what you need to avoid, because this is going to be the most negative video in this whole program. So I give you the negative part upfront.
Oh,
that's
nice.
great. That's
Polar
great.
marketing.
That's
I love
great.
it, dude.
We do it in the
That's very
onboarding.
nicely
Yeah,
done.
we do it in the onboarding part where the
part.
client is there, and then after that we are sitting.
I think
for the
this is
amount of
the
time.
real effect of a mastermind. You get so many insights that is
Exactly. And
Right?
after connecting so many people, like you know,
Right.
doing crazy in their businesses, like we learn a lot.
Amazing.
Jeet told me about it, so yeah.
It's my own account manager. I had no idea.
So not me.
So, no, but still, yeah, amazing stuff. Awesome, guys. So, just to like kind of like put a pin in this particular podcast, on a very honest note, what would both of you say to anybody looking at this or seeing this podcast? Those who are on the fence of maybe wanting to talk to us at Ubility or join Ubility, what would you honestly suggest as a person on why they should not stay on the fence and hop over?
So if you don't want to make money, don't contact them. If you want to make money,
I love
contact
this guy, dude.
So, like, It's a good question. Is like if I can make money as a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, we can revolutionize niches. Like we together have done so much business, and if you don't want to do business, then don't contact them. Polar marketing. But yeah,
Polarization.
That is a
Polarization.
positive thing you can say.
So after so much negativity, let me make you positive. So the thing is actually, if you want to actually like charge high ticket, I would say like if you are tired of like selling cheap, clients are not actually care about your services. They are not ready to like put in efforts, time, and everything. Because see, when you're putting good amount of money into something, you are putting your skin into the business, right? If you are charging high ticket, it doesn't mean you are not going to get leads. It means you're going to get more qualified clients that will exactly put in efforts and that will take actions and give you the best results, right?
Super.
So that is what we have done, because the thing that Ubility has also taught us, it's all about why we got close from Ubility, because we want to do the same thing. We don't want to charge cheap and everything. So first of all, if you want to go to high ticket, contact Ubility and book a call probably. So basically that's the number one thing. Second thing, if you want to like learn sales, high ticket sales and everything, and like also want to take your business to the next level, not in terms of sales exactly, not in terms of high ticket marketing, ads, I would say scaling in terms of their getting high quality leads, probably everything that you can probably imagine. Probably so Ubility is the best thing that you can probably go and like gain much more insight that like nobody's providing in this industry, I would say.
Amazing.
Right.
man.
And you get if you get on a call with
Most of
Pratham,
the
you are
people
closed. So yeah, don't do it.
Most of the people tell you to do a webinar,
Yeah,
go towards
true,
there,
true.
like
Level courses,
Yo.
yeah, not needed.
hit your head on the wall and then get those cheap clients. So probably if you are from those particular people, you do that. But if you really want high ticket international clients or probably high ticket clients, then Ubility is the best platform, because most of the people don't have even that much courage to like go on high ticket, I would say. So if you have that courage, Ubility is the right platform for you.
No, you guys are absolute sweetheart, but I'm very serious. Anybody really wants to grow their Instagram, I think I don't know anyone better than these two because of the track record they possess when it comes to these specific platform-oriented, specialities. So I'll put some links below here, somewhere there, for these two gentlemen, and you can check out more of their work. You can check out their websites. You can check out what they've done. Check it out for yourself, make a decision. But awesome, guys, it was a genuinely great, I think, talk and podcast. So I think hopefully people watching that took some actionable value from what you guys have been doing. And great having you here, man. So let's look at
Thanks,
having
Pratham.
a
Thanks for
great
the
day as well.
opportunity, man.
Thank you, man.
100%, guys, 100%. All good? Let's go.